it's time to review some Steam reviews. So I thought it'd be a fun little video to make for me to just grab some reviews, go through them and see what people have to say about the game. I did kind of just randomly select them, like ones that I thought were like, medium sized, because I didn't want to just read a wall of text, and I didn't want really people just, saying, haha, good game or bad game or something like that, right? I'm going to start with the positive ones so that we can maybe talk about some of the more positive feelings I have for the game too, because I don't want you guys to think I only have negative ones, because I don't. I just think it's way more important to talk about the negative ones, because that's how you get the game fixed, But anyway, so jumping right into this first one. This first review says, I don't think this game should have mixed reviews. There are obvious flaws in its current state, but the fact that this is the most fun and satisfying hero shooter I've played well outweighs the cons. So I think it kind of like goes into like a lot of people's mentality about this. When I was reading through them, I didn't really see anybody saying positive things and having a positive review that didn't also note some flaws. So it's kind of obvious to everyone that the game's flawed, right? But for certain people, that's going to be an issue. And for certain people, they're not going to mind it too much. But they say the movement and gunplay is phenomenal, where basically every character is enjoyable to play. And that's probably one of the biggest strengths of Gundam Evolution. It's just the movement feels good. Just clicking on things feels good. There's some wonkiness with like not being able to shoot accurately when you're in the air, and like the jumping being too floaty, so it's hard to like get up steps and stuff like that. But that's kind of like, like that's not the biggest issue, right? But like that really is what I think the biggest strength is with Gundam Evolution, is just the gunplay and the movement. They feel very solid, fun, right? That's what will keep people. That's a part of Gundam Evolution that will keep people coming back. So they say overall the balance is surprisingly good, especially for a game this new. I don't think they played the same game that I played, but moving on. Nothing really feels broken or unplayable. There's some very, very broken stuff in this game, and then there's Mahiro and Guntank, which I believe are unplayable. But although I'm starting to, I found a purpose for Guntank a little bit. But they say I have many hours in TF2. Overwatch and Paladins. This game is by far the most fun I've had with a shooter. Wow, fair. The obvious cons are the awful monetization system, along with some server issues. Yes, those are pretty awful, pretty obvious. The servers are still unoptimized, but they have definitely improved and are nowhere close to a game-defining issue. On the other hand, the in-game the store system is extremely bad, where 5 characters are locked behind a paywall, 3 of which are some of the best characters in the game. I don't mind this since the game is so balanced and enjoyable. I don't mind not having 5 of the 17 playable characters. Overall, this is a fantastic game that definitely needs some work and persuasion to the devs. It's also free, so there's literally no harm in testing it out for yourself, except that it costs your time. And even though it's free, people kind of got to understand that time is like a serious limiting factor for a lot of people. But for this section, the monetization system is not perfect, but it's not that bad. Now, before you get upset at me for saying that, it was done in a really bad way, but it's not that bad. That's what I'm getting at. Like, if you look at purely like what you actually get from just playing through everything, you can get a pretty decent amount of stuff, It's just the fact that it's time gated, and the fact that once you're done with like your season pass, like I just finished with my season pass, once you're done with that, and then with the beginner challenges, we sit around for a month with nothing, right? Like unless I decide to add some new challenges, like I won't be able to get anything on my account that I don't have to like spend the money that they gave me or whatever, or for people to buy stuff. Like that's really lame. And the fact that they could have taken that money that they just gave you for free and like the challenges and let you like earn it over time, like to reach like the same total value on average, so people wouldn't feel bad about the system, is a big fat L for them. And you're going to consistently see a lot of this. Like I saw like everyone just be like, oh, monetization's crap, it's garbage, it's terrible. But it didn't have to be like this. Kind of my thoughts on that. All right, moving on. Next one. Fun game, though has a lot of issues. See? Same thing. Pros, okay, but also it's just funny to me that like you have this positive review, and it's like, here's the positives, right? It's just this section, and it's like, guess what, guys? Here's all the cons, but play the game, All right, so they say game is fun and it's free. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Cons, a lot of new player hurdles that can make the game unfun and seamless balance, and is like Zakutu's melee stance and Barbatos's everything. Melee stance is kind of whatever. Barbatos is just inherently broken. Will never be fun. Even when you get over the knowledge checks, there's definitely some issue with balances and unfun mechanics. Free units are generally competitive and strong, and there are much more free units than paid. But 2 of the paid units are undoubtedly among the best, if not the best units. That's true. I think a lot of people felt like A lot of people playing against Marasai, Melee Zaku, and Exia will feel like the game's pay to win. When like again with the monetization, you can get them pretty decently easy. What's like just like playing for like 2 weeks, you can get two, you know, and those will be the one you get the ones that you were gonna play, you know, like if you're a flanker player, you don't really need to be playing like Melee Zaku, right? You can get Exia and Marasai. Again, it's not as bad as it looks, but it feels bad, which means it's bad. One pin unit is overall undertuned. Yeah, Mahiro is terribly undertuned. Last pin unit is debatably worse in the game. Yep. Every time sticking casual didn't feel as strong as unit, just significantly stronger than others, but this may be a problem when you have a more consistent skill level in ranked. Yes. Levers are unavoidable in every game. But the rejoin system in this one is bugged and doesn't always allow the lever to reconnect. Yeah, that's a big issue. Like, when I'm just playing a casual game to get some gameplay or something of like whatever, because I don't want to try and play like Mahiro ranked, right? And someone just leaves and I'm like, all right, well that's just kind of dumb, you know? Like some random dude who just wants to go hop on the game a little bit and just have someone leave, and it's just like, wow, this round is just pointless, you know? Like not even intentional, it's just a server issue, you know? Performance issues and bugs. Yeah. Today I spawned on Melee Zaku without my weapon, and I had to swap character and lose my 60% ult charge and nearly lose a round because of it. It was fun. Monetization system is garbage. Yep. Challenges require to use units that are randomly selected. I think it's pretty funny when people get gun tank and they have to hit critical shots with gun tank and you can't do that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Not a fan of Gundam, so I can't really have much say on this, but I've heard that the game is somewhat lacking the personality character of the model series. It is. It is for sure. There is any human being involved in Gundam is not in this game. You know? Like they totally could have had voice actors, they could have just let you get as a cosmetic like a pilot, right? And you could get Char, right? And you could use him and you'd have his voice when you play your character, or you could have the standard ones. Or like Amuro, like there's so much stuff you could have done, and people would have absolutely gone crazy with sort of things. It just, whatever. Anyway, it's so much lost potential and that sort of stuff, to be completely honest. All right, move to the next one. Overwatch with sex appeal. I don't really know what to tell you guys about this one. I don't know. This guy's, all right, skipping this one. Fun game, easy to pick up and learn. Though the paywall for getting new suits and a lack of any real way to grind for in-game, non-shop skins means that once you complete challenges in the Battle Pass, there isn't anything to do until the next season. Unlocking new units without paying means you won't unlock more than 2 units in a season. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like the game, I'm going to make a full video about this because I want to talk more about it, but the game feels empty, you know? Not only can you just like never hear any other human being's voice in the game, I haven't heard a single person talk. No one ever joins voice ever, but you don't get rewarded for your gameplay. There's no like consistent just like level up number going all the time up that like gives you something, even anything, you know? It's like, anyway, it just feels so empty. If you're looking for some more Gundam Evolution videos, then make sure to check out my mobile suit guides. I made one for all original to 14 mobile suits, and I did a Should You Main guide series also, covering the same mobile suits and talking about whether you should actually main them in Gundam Evolution or not.